1 2 world famous wake up show. We got my man. Hey, this is gonna be a treat for my man Bobby too, because we big Public Enemy fans, and we about to get down to some of the nitty gritty and some of the history. We got Johnny Juice, the DJ. Now you was telling me earlier, man. Can you hear me?
I can hear you fine.
You was telling me earlier, man, that well, let's go over your history, because man, in the 2 minutes I talked to you, you broke down about 40 years of hip hop for me right there. You were involved in the early days of Public Enemy, all the way back to Terminator X and Bomb Squad, or you came into the second phase?
I came in before Public Enemy was called Public Enemy.
What was it called? What was the first? What was the first group?
They were called Spectrum City. They were a Long Island mobile DJ company, and Griff, his security company was called Unity Force Security. I was newly transplanted to Long Island from the Bronx, and where I was a b-boy with a group called the Floor Masters, and a writer with a graffiti group called the T.O.P. And Greg Nice was down with me. Greg Nice, the same Nice and Smooth Greg Nice.
Right.
Before he became a beatbox for T-La Rock. So, and I lived in Patterson Projects, the same spot where AJ, from the AJ and Curtis Blow fame. So, moved to Long Island, and I ended up b-boying, of course, and that's where I hooked up with Charlie Brown and Busta Rhymes, Stu Brown's older brother. And of course, they weren't called Brown and Busta. And through them, I met Eric Sadler, who was a good friend of Charlie Brown's older brother, who was a DJ also. And there was a contest. They had a contest in their little demo studio looking for rappers and MCs and, you know, what have you. And they also had a radio show called BAU, very famous Long Island station. First people to interview Run DMC. Now, in '83, when they interviewed Run DMC, they played a demo right before DMC and Run got on the air, and it was called Public Enemy #1. DMC and Jam Master Jay heard it and said, "Yo, can I take the tape?" He brought it to Russell and Rick and said, "You gotta sign these dudes." Russell said, "They're whack." Rick said, "Yo, I like this kinda, but I don't know." 3 years later, they were signed. Now, going back to that time, I ended up going to a contest with Brown and Busta, and I won the DJ portion of the contest. Brown didn't really win the MC portion, and Busta decided not to compete. So as a result, I got put down with a group called the Kings of Pressure, which was on Next Plateau. At the same time, they were doing production for Yo Bum Rush the Show, and they asked me if I could come in and do some cuts. Now, since Terminator was a party DJ and he wasn't really a scratch DJ per se, and KG was the other DJ, they needed a scratch DJ. They gave Terminator 3 tries at all the scratches. If he didn't get them, due to budget constraints, I came in, and I was the one take kid. And that's how my scratching with the Bomb Squad thing started.
So you witnessed the whole thing that happened with the Public Enemy from the beginning of, I say, from the first album that really blew up to all the way to, like, you know, the classics, man. You know what I mean? And so you were there when Ice Cube came to New York and tried to do an album with the Bomb Squad. Bomb Squad.
You know, there was a lot of instances that happened. That, I mean, you know, we did the Slick Rick thing. We did.
What you guys do with Slick Rick?
Oh, we did half the first album.
Oh, the Bomb Squad did it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Lick the B. You know,
Right.
we did not Children's Story. We did Lick the B. We did Moment I Feared. We did a lot of songs on that album.
Right.
You know, and we did Dougie Fresh, Rising to the Top. You know, there's a lot of stuff that we were trying to bring them together at the time. There's a lot of things we were trying to do, because ideally Chuck and Hank were trying to do what Herbie Lovebug was doing, create a whole bunch of groups like Dana Dane and Salt and Pepper, blah blah blah, and try to manage them. They had no intent of Public Enemy lasting more than one album, and it just so happened that it did.
What was the record that you think like took Public Enemy to an international?
Rebel.
That was the one, right?
We did Rebel as a B-side to You're Gonna Get Yours. And everybody, and if you look at the singles, You're Gonna Get Yours, You're Gonna Get Yours, Terminator X Getaway version, which I did by myself. And then the B-side was Rebel. Now, people actually, Russell didn't want to release it because he said that's not on the first album. And we released it anyway. And people went and bought Yo Bum Rush the Show looking for that record, and it wasn't on it.
Man, we gotta play that joint. Hey, Rev, can we play this joint from the top, man? We got Johnny Juice in the building breaking down some historical stuff, man. Hey, we love getting cats like you that break down the history for us. Yeah, and you got some more stuff that you're doing on your own too, correct?
Yeah, Actually doing so much stuff, it'll take a book, but yeah, a lot of things. I got a group, Ex Vandals, which is essentially a Puerto Rican version of like Public Enemy, with the lead rapper from a group called Reconstruction. They're a Puerto Rican punk group, and Chuck wrote the forward on the album. It's actually a lot of the beats that Chuck couldn't rhyme on now because they were a little too hard for him now. Not saying Chuck can't handle it, but Chuck's kind of like, you know, he's more of a universal figurehead, so he kind of, even Chuck has to kind of reel it in a little bit.
Right.
We don't have to. So we tackle those subjects that he won't.
Okay.
And it's real hard. A lot of scratching on it. When you hear it, you say, "Yep, that's yeah."
You got something with you or no?
Well, I got the whole album here. Unfortunately, it's not a clean album.
No clean?
No, because we put it out ourselves. Chuck actually offered to put it out, and I told him no. So we'll do it ourselves. And, you know,
okay.
But I'm doing DMC from Run DMC's next album. I'm working with John Legend and his drummer Swiss Chris. I got an Emmy nomination last year for Ali Rap, the thing that Chuck hosted for ESPN. I scored that. I heard we got nominated for a couple of Grammys this year, actually. Fear of a Black Planet, the 5.1 remix, a mix out of the album, and something else. I don't know. I forget. I mean, I was being congratulated, and I didn't know what it was. So
yeah, what it was.
I have to Google it.
Bob, you got any questions, man? Being an old school Public Enemy fan, is there anything you want to know from back in the day?
Man, he's kind of like...
He's breaking it down for you?
Yeah, man. Public Enemy, that's my group, man.
Yeah, for his Christmas gift, I bought him like this Public Enemy painting and gave it to him, man.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, Public Enemy did a song at Spectrum City called Stranded in a Limo, backward, gotta check out the radio. So if you can find that, then...
We gotta find that one?
If you
That's
can
the
find
one?
that
Okay.
I don't even know where it's at right now. I have it on tape somewhere. And I don't know, man.
I'm already working on
Man,
it.
where the SW1s at?
Where's the SW1?
All right, well, Griff is still down. We, still touring, 21 years. James Baum he's a second generation S1W. He's part of the new S1Ws, as well as Pop Diesel, who's also second generation. James Norman, who took over for Griff when Griff took his hiatus back after Terradome days.
Right.
He's out teaching karate along with Roger Chilius and some of the other S1s. So all of them are either in security, doing private security, or doing martial arts.
Hey, so we're gonna play this record. You wanna get down on the wheels? Get down for a second, man? How you feeling?
I'm feeling fine. I mean,
Can you get down after this?
Don't let my calm demeanor
Fool us.
fool you.
Alright.
My cape is still in the cleaners.
Let's do it, man. So we're gonna play this joint real quick, Rebel, man, and then Johnny, you gonna jump on the wheels then?
Sure. It just so happens that Rev and I both use Torque, so I'm in
So we
luck.
can do a quick transition?
Yeah, we don't have to do that whole rigmarole.
All right, let's do it, man. Hey, Rev, start the record from the top. Johnny gonna jump on the wheels of steel real quick.
They asked me real quick to mention the Public Enemy comic book, which is out right now, written and drawn by Adam Walenta. It's a collector's item. They're very limited edition, but you can ask for it if you go into your nearest comic book store.
Oh, it's in there?
You can also buy it online at AmericanMule.com. And of course, the new Public Enemy album, How Do You Sell Soul to a Soulless People Who Sold Their Soul, as well as Ex Vandals' album, The War of Art. And the last 3 Public Enemy albums, which all came out actually the same year, Beats and Places and Bring That Beat Back, the remix project.
Okay, all good, man. Start the record from the top. Johnny Juice is gonna jump on the wheels, man. World famous wake up show. Let's do it.